In 2015, I dug a huge hole in my garden, practically turning it into a quarry. Inside this hole, we started to construct a metal underground bunker. The end result was absolutely fantastic. 3 years ago, in secret, I started digging a tunnel which would go from my workshop to my house and eventually onto the bunker in the back garden. And this is where we're at. So, my name is Colinfurze, and as you can see, over the past 3 years, I've been digging a secret underground tunnel from here in my shed up into my house. Now, if this is the first video you've watched, go and check out my channel. There is 7 videos documenting this whole process, and drop a subscribe because it's a lovely thing to do. Now, in the last video, we actually dug up and got in the house from the tunnel. Amazing. But in this video, we want to get this whole piece connected and completely finished. From the shed to the house, done. Nothing else to do, done. Cupboard done, entrance in the house done, everything is done. Now, if you want to support the channel other than subscribing, there is Furze Mining Company t-shirts and merch available on the colinfurzeshop.com, and also this video is sponsored by Surfshark. More about them at a later point in the video. Right, where are we at first? Alrighty then, so we are fully dug out. What we need to do now is we need to get the line from our house walls upstairs down here, so when we can flay the floor down, it all comes to here, it all meets up properly, and everything is completely where it needs to be, so it's a nice straight, and up into the house we go! Right, laser level, dropping bits down, spirit leveling, yeah! We start by laying a subframe that's welded to the outer walls. This gives us a good, solid, level base to lay the floor sheets on and gives more support when fabricating the walls. Mesh is added to hold back the concrete, stopping it from going to places it's not wanted. With all the floor and wall sheets plasma cut to size, it's time to roll back the carpet, open the big hatch and lower them down with the tunnel's inbuilt hydraulic winch. Ooh, very fun. With the floor fitted, I could now mark out where the walls needed to be positioned to line up with the house above. Okay, it is a total fluke, but to the corner of the pantry in the house down here, from there to there, is exactly 2 sheets. Exactly. Even the little gap that you need for welding, it is exactly 2 sheets. Like I said, complete fluke. That. Right, that's got the walls up. Very nice. Starts to feel a bit more like a tunnel when you put these things up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Colin, you've left a gap here. Wow. This is actually going to be a T-junction because I want to go this way as well to the forward of the house to give me some more options. I'll talk about more about that at the end of the video. But of course, now if this is a T-junction, we've got a right fangled, weird ceiling bit to do here. A little bit like we did with the corner. We've got to do that sort of twice. It's got to intersect into itself. And we're going to do that. But what about this? So this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Not this shark, the VPN is a virtual private network, and Surfshark is an app which you download onto your device just like any other app. It keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent from your device to the internet, so keeping all your data protected from cyber criminals and big companies. You can also set it up so Surfshark sends you alerts if it detects your passwords are being hacked.
Isn't this just for hardcore computer users though?
No, Tom, anyone can benefit. It's safer when you're using public Wi-Fi, you get extra antivirus protection, and you get truly organic search results. It's exactly what you need. So, click the link in the description, using my code, you'll get 83% off and the first 3 months are free. 83% off? Boom! What an offer, Furs! What an offer! Right, let's get back to working out how we're going to do this tunnel roof. Okay, made a wonderful jig here. This is basically mimicking the roof that we've got down there in the tunnel. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay the sheets of metal over this and then basically use this as like a template to like scribe a line up it where it will be cut for this intersection. Cut it out, do that bit, check it all, because hopefully this is going to be a lot easier to do this up here than what it would be, of course, down there where you've not got any room. Now the roof plates themselves are made from 2mm steel, which we have to slip roll into a lovely curve in the garage, which is clearly not big enough for this operation. With the sheets mounted on my false roof ringy things, it's just a case of marking out the curves, cutting them out, and then hoping it fits. Okay, we think we're about there. It obviously needs to pop itself into position a bit more, but I think we're going to get it much better than that up here. Right, let's go and see if it fits on the roof. Okay, made a lovely job of that. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Now, of course, it's only tack welded at the moment. You can't be not impressed with that. And look at it from above here, look. It looks like a weird train. Awesome, yeah, I'll give you a bit more light. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Right, next job, we're going to send these walls up towards the house. We're not going to go full height. We're going to go just underneath the foundation ledge so we can get this all supported, and then we can chimble that off and then go up the rest of the way. Progress is good. Right, she's all welded up. So we're concreting today up to about that height there. Boom. The concrete is poured down the holes, which while building the tunnel is actually our ventilation system. And through a mixture of gravity and vibrating the tunnel, it moves itself into all the little nooks and crannies. Should we think there's any air pockets anywhere, then I've resorted to drilling a hole, vibrating next to it, so it all comes bubbling out and gets rid of any air pockets. Now, the mesh, even though you'd think it would flow through it, actually holds the concrete back pretty well. With the concrete going off, we paint the floor, put the insulation in, thread the cables in, put the plywood on. What a lovely job. Right, that's got it all cemented up, floors down, it looks finished, it's a lovely job. Now, next on the list, we've got to get rid of this ledge, this little bit of foundation. As you can see, it's all getting in the way. It's got to go. Now, we can chop that up now and hammer it a bit harder because we've got the support underneath it, which we didn't have before. So we've got to get rid of that. But also, I've spied another opportunity. If we put a duct underneath the kitchen floor here, we can then put some pipes up near the boiler and possibly have central heating down here. Oh yeah! So with a nice board to stand on, I then started digging what is the most loosest, driest dirt we'd come across in the whole project. We then core drilled down through the tiles, through the concrete, into our little void, slid some metal in there to stop things blocking it, and voila, we have a route for pipe. Right, that's got the ducts done. Next job, get rid of this foundation ledge. Let's got rid of that. We've even put a little gas pipe in because we're going to reroute that, send it under our duct. Next up, put some more steel round, bring it up, and then concrete round that. And then it's nearly ready for the trapdoor.
There's nothing sacred. This is United States of Generica. This is United States.
Oh, put in the cement in.
Save the world. Hope it's gonna pave the world.
Break back in the shop.
Progress is a commodity. Never lost it by a property. No blood, no guilt.
It is finally concreted up as much as possible. Concrete is done. Thank goodness. This bit, if I'm honest with you, it's been a complete pain. If you're thinking about tunnelling up into your own house, come up in a bigger room, it'll make your life so much easier. Right, now put these little cover plates in so we can get access to the plumbing when we need to do that. The ladder, I've made that as a YouTube short, which will be uploaded after this video at some point, so subscribe so you don't miss those. Basically, all we've got to have to do now is to put another frame around the top here, which brings it up to floor level, just like this, look, out of this thicker stuff. And then basically we're going to fix in that, the floor and the hatch. And I want to make that removable because, you know, you might want to do something interesting here. Fireman's pole lift. Got any suggestions? Stick it in the comments. Right, let's get on with that. At last, I finally got a pantry floor back. Right, next job, we're going to put some steel liner round the wall so it kind of blends from tunnel to house. But before we do that, we're going to put some chases down for the electric so we can switch the light on I'm going to put in the pantry from the tunnel and from the cupboard. I've also moved the gas pipe. That's gone very nicely into our duct under the floor here. Excellent job. Right, let's put some steel round. So we added silicone to the back of the steel as well as screwing it to the wall. This was basically done instead of welding because in the future if we change a lift or do anything in here it might need to come off. And also it helps with the sound deadening. Oh yes, we've got steel, look at it! How neat is that? We're very pleased. We have a light, painted the ceiling. All ready now, what we're going to do, we're going to tile this and sort of make it look like a subway station because they're going to do that brick effect like you get down in the London Underground. Beautiful! Nice little close fitting hatch. Oh, Colin, you've excelled yourself, boy. Right, that's got the tiling done. I think you'll agree that looks absolutely fantastic. Right, just got to clean it down, grout it up, add all the little finishing touches, and then you can have the tour. But you don't have to wait. I'm just going to click my fingers. 3, 2, 1. How cool is this? Yes, we've finally got a section finished. From the shed to the house, done. Now I've put the carpet down, it completely changes the feel of this place. Because beforehand, because I've been building this in sections, it's always felt like different bits all added together. Because, you know, the floor down there was a bit dirtier, you know, then there was another bit of carpet, then there was plain boards, and then there was this bit which wasn't finished. Put the carpet down, the whole thing feels like one continuous tunnel. So, down the bottom we have the little alcove where the hydraulic pump and everything sits. That's staying, not changing that. Then we've got the hydraulic winch. Of course I'm not going to take that off because we're going to need that still. We've got the ladder up to the shed. The rail track, which is used for the minecart, I've hooked up on the side here, so when we need that we can just unhook it, put it back down on the floor. We've got plug sockets going up and room, because remember all the electrics and cables and everything are all underneath the carpet and the floorboards. We've got the predictable, love the predictable, should you all subscribe? Predictable, never wrong. And then of course we've got this little alcove here, which is where I'm going to put the hydraulic press at some point. And then we've got the stairs up to the cupboard in the kitchen. Now I'm particularly pleased with my cupboard in the kitchen, with the tiles and the shelves and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic. But I will remind you, the floor is completely removable. It's just bolted on so we can take it out, because there's a lot of people saying, Colin, you should put a lift in, you should put a fireman's pole in. This is all still possible. And of course, if you've got any other ideas, stick them in the comments. But of course, the other question is, Colin, what is this gap that you've got here? Okay, so what we're going to do with this is basically we're going to continue digging to the front of the house. At the actual front of the house, I want the car to come up at the drive. So you could drive on, go down, get out the car, and then get in the house, bunker, shed, whatever, all from tunnels. Oh, how cool would that be? Now, this next bit of video I'm going to do slightly differently, because let's face it, you've seen me dig, you've seen us weld and fabricate tunnels, you know the score by now. But if there is anything which I haven't shown very well, or things that you want to know, let me know, because I'm going to kind of do that as a bit of a question and answers video as well as a progress video. So, you know, stick them in the comments, it's all good. Now, another thing I get asked is, other than why have you done this, is surely it's quicker to walk out of your back door and across the yard to the shed than what it is to come down the steps, along the tunnel and back up the steps again. Well, it probably is, but let's time it. Yeah, obviously that's quicker, but this is way more fun. So, there you have it, digging a secret underground tunnel from your shed to your house complete. Now, I have to say, this has been one of the most enjoyable projects we've ever worked on. Me and Rick, who've both been doing this, have absolutely loved it. I don't know if it's the simplicity of it or whatever, but it's just been fantastic. The weather can't ruin it. There's always something to do, always something to see, seeing how the rocks break up. It's just been very enjoyable. Now, of course, as I've uploaded this, there are certain events going on in the world which have made doing something like this a little bit more interesting of late to people. But of course, I'd like to add that I started this 3 years ago, and this whole thing was only done, you know, for entertainment purposes, and I'm not trying to gain views or anything from, of course, horrible world events. So fingers crossed I don't ever need this for anything like that, and the events in question, you know, resolve themselves peacefully as possible, as quickly as possible. Now, of course, there is more to do. We've got going to the front, we've got going down to the bunker in the back garden. Subscribe, watch the colinfurze channel, because you've got all that to look forward to. But I don't actually do this all the time. I make other things. I make like screw tanks, I made a hover bikes, fast things, belts of knives, magnet shoes, drift trikes, you name it. I'm not just digging tunnels all the time, so there's, you know, there's lots to stay around for. So, there we are. Thank you very much for the support. Thanks to Surfshark. Thanks for all the other sponsors, of course, that have supported this project. It's been very expensive and very time consuming, but it has been awesome. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah.